So I'm just sitting here at home drinking my cup of tea, as we do in England, not writing because I'm not a dickhead, and just pondering really as a parent of a child with special needs. How many of Gary and all his writing pals are also special needs parents? Now, Gary, I know you obviously have the IQ of a rice pudding, so I'll try and keep it simple, alright? Okay, just humour me. So would Gary, if his partner's pregnant, and they do look like breeders, these lot, if Gary's partner is pregnant and she goes to a midwife appointment and the midwife is an immigrant, is the baby not going to get scanned? What about if when your partner has that baby, the doctor, she needs an emergency cesarean, and the doctor is an immigrant? Are you going to say, I don't want an immigrant working on my wife, working on my baby? No. You're going to let that doctor, that fully qualified, intelligent, caring doctor, care for your partner and your baby because you want them to be safe and healthy. And then once you get home, your baby's got colic, so you take him to the doctor's. Doctor's an immigrant though. You're going to say, I'm not going to take my baby to the doctor. No, you're going to take your baby to the doctor. But then your baby needs a prescription. And when you go to the chemist, the pharmacist is an immigrant as well. What are you going to do? You're going to not take that medication off the pharmacist because the pharmacist is an immigrant. You're going to take that medication for your baby. And as your baby gets older and goes to nursery and goes to school, are you going to turn up at an open day, see that one of the teachers wasn't born in England? Are you going to let them teach your child? Of course you are. Because you can't teach him, can you, Gary? Because you're thick as fuck. Okay. Now, as your child gets older, Gary, what if they need glasses? What if they go to the opticians? They can't see, they need glasses. What if the optician is an immigrant? You're not going to let your kid have any glasses? You're not going to let him see the optician? Come on. What if your child needs to go to the dentist? What if the dentist is an immigrant? You're not going to let him go to the dentist? Okay. What about your takeaway? What about your takeaway? Your kebab or your curry? You can't have one of them, can you? Because what if they're made by immigrants? And what if, just what if, your child is diagnosed with a condition, whether it's autism, whether it's Duchenne muscular dystrophy? You're going to start to have a whole team of medical people around you for the rest of that child's life. You're going to have, if you say, for example, Duchenne, nobody wants that. I just Google it, Gary. You're going to have neuromuscular doctors, you're going to have physios, you're going to have nurses, you're going to have cardiologists, you're going to have cardiology nurses, you're going to have respiratory nurses, you're going to have lung function nurses, you're going to have a whole host of people. If your child has special needs at school, you're going to have the ed psych, you're going to have the specialist teaching team, you might have special teaching assistants. What if any of those are immigrants? What are you going to do? You're just not going to accept that help for your child. But now, what if your child has an accident? They're called the paramedics. What if the paramedics are immigrants? What are you going to do? Just leave the child. You don't want them to help your child. No, you're going to expect that those people work day and night to make sure that your child lives. Now they've got your child to hospital, the A&E doctor is an immigrant. Do you not want him to look after your child? Do you not want him to make sure that your child is kept alive? But what about if your child needs surgery and the anaesthetist is an immigrant and the surgeon who fixes your broken child is an immigrant? Is he taking your job? Huh? Are you an anaesthetist, Gary? Are you qualified for that? Probably not. I think you get the gist. There's no space in our society for people like that. We've all come from somewhere. Do your DNA test, see where you come from. I'm 70% Scandinavian, but nobody bothers me because I'm white. So the next time I need a smear test or an endometriosis check and I go to the gynecologist, I'll just cancel my appointment. I'll just come to you. Gary, because you obviously know everything. Don't want an immigrant stealing your job. Now, I'm not a gynecologist, but I know a cunt when I see one. That's you, Gary. Cheers.